Welcome everybody to episode 2 of Yapping with SC and Friends. I am your host, your social media titan, and internet's wrestling community's favorite, not favorite, whatever, sweetheart, Sienna SC Chanel. We are here today, episode 2. Holy crap, as I promised, I'll be posting a video of my show, every month or two, like 1 or 2 videos a month. Depends on how I'm feeling with my schedule as well. So, yeah. With that being said, today's friends that I brought along, of course, let's go ahead and start off with the introduction. First up, he is, and of course, the title of it, which I'll explain it later. Because, it's been a day. Your girl has been having a day. But anyway, introduction time. Introducing to this lovely gentleman right here. He is the velvet voice of Adonis, everybody's favorite content creator, and who has a very amazing beard. And I have the honor of meeting him since last year. He is my partner in crime when it comes to John Moxley. Say hello to Best Gout Machine.
Woo! Good afternoon, people. I'm the Megan the Stallion of wrestling content creators. I have $1 million knees and they look like biscuits, and I'm happy to be here.
Yes, I'm so glad you're here and thriving and everything. I know we got a lot to talk about, especially I just showed that title of the episode, which we'll explain in just a bit. And also alongside with my pals as well, he is also a fellow wrestling content creator, a DJ. He is part of the podcasting network called The Familia. Say hello to the pro wrestling wizard, Doug.
Hi, I'm Pro Wrestling Wizard Just Doug. I ate Taco Bell on a beach once. It was amazing. It was really amazing. Oh no, seriously. I am a avid lover of pro wrestling and pro wrestling accessories. I go as far back to call myself a fortune teller of pro wrestling. I can generally detect things that's going to happen before they happen, and I have been undefeated since Crown Jewel of 2022. Counted on record on TikTok before it shuts down. God. Take Snapchat, not TikTok, but yes, that's me.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, gentlemen, welcome to my show. I know we have a lot to cover, but we're gonna go before we go into that. We're gonna thank today's sponsor of this video, of course. Let me go ahead and play the video and take it.
Today's sponsorship of this video is brought to you by SeatGeek. So I know there's going to be a lot of sporty events, concerts, festivals, events, and everything that's going on. And I know that due to the state of this economy, ticket pricing are going into high. But with SeatGeek.com, it's a ticket website where the prices are very reasonable, and especially they have the color coding system to make sure of the pricing of the ticket is good, and also with the seat view as well. Now then, I got a code for y'all. So for first time user of SeatGeek, I'll give you my promo code if you use Sienna Chanel, and you'll save $20 off of your first SeatGeek purchase. So all I can say is use SeatGeek.com if you can able to get the ticket, use that code, and then you'll be good to go. Available on the website and on the app. So thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this video.
All right, y'all. That is the sponsor again. Yay, rubber chicken! Again, use the code Sienna Chanel and you'll save $20 off of your first purchase. And yes, I did got everything upgraded, y'all, because your girl got some coins. So there it is, y'all. No logo and everything. But I do wanted to make a special announcement. As y'all know that there is a devastating wildfire that is going on in the LA area. And y'all know that all of us are affected by it. I know we're going to be talking a little bit more about it in this show as well. And I decided that my commission from SeatGeek and also another commission from Rendering Bomb, which is a wrestling jewelry and accessories and home decor store, the commission that I'll be getting all the proceeds will be donating towards the Wildfire Disaster and Relief Fund. I promise y'all, I'm gonna have everything in the link down description bar below, so you guys can able to donate. Any amount will be doable as long as it will go towards the first responders, especially the firefighter that is fighting fires during this chaotic time with the Placidian Eaton fire, and and it's still going on as well. So I just wanted to make a quick announcement about that. Again, all of the commission I earned from rendering bomb and SeatGeek will be going towards the wildlife and disaster relief as well. And also it will be in the link in my link tree in the bio as well too. Now then, y'all, with that being said, we'll just touch base about what's going on within the wildfire, because I know we have someone that lives in the LA area that is already experiencing what's going on too. But we're just gonna segue into that. We're just gonna start off with the beginning, of course. And as I mentioned it, episode 2, streaming fire, Kenny Omega. Oh my. Now, y'all,
Oh my.
it's 2025 and wrestling has debuted this streaming site, starting off with AEW debuting on Max, but they're still airing on their perspective network, like AEW Dynamite on TBS and AEW Collision on TNT. And WWE just made their Netflix debut only for Monday Night Raw in the United States. And I know outside of the United States, they got everything, including NXT and SmackDown Live as well. And surprisingly enough, New Japan Pro Wrestling just upgraded their streaming site, where instead of like separating commentaries, like Japanese commentary or like English commentaries, like on stream, you could actually switch the audios together. So that's how much improvement they have all together. And I must say, y'all, like with the debuts of like each of the streaming platform, I was very impressed with the presentation they have, especially how each of the quality has actually ran very smoothly too. For the fact of the matter is that, like with AEW, when I watch AEW Dynamite, the audio was crisp, even though it was like a little bit of a delay after they played those commercials. But then, like the quality of stuff, it was amazing. And I did watch the replay of AEW Collision as well too. And then with WWE Monday Night Raw, I mean, I did watch it with my girl and the soon to be Mrs. Doug, Michaela, at her house. And of course, you were there. You were on the video chat too, Doug.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun, though.
That was such a lot of fun. The
Yeah,
show.
it was amazing. Yeah, like he was on the phone the whole time, Best Scout. Like while
Oh
Michaela
wow.
and I were watching, and
It was a
yeah, it
family
was awesome.
experience.
Yes, from my experience, because I did watch it at her house instead of watching it on my own home. It went pretty went smoothly. I mean, the only thing I would say is that like for both streaming side, commercial has been playing, of course.
Yeah.
And of course,
Ooh.
they have to like
Crazy.
sell the product as well. However, I did spoke with my friend who is also a mod for my social media platform. He is from Canada, and he did watch the NXT and SmackDown in Canada. He said he experienced the same thing as well. And so as my other mod asked, well, he did use a VPN to watch NXT and SmackDown, but 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 they
I
said
heard
that he
nothing.
didn't get the commercial though, but they only say please wait till it watch too. So I'm actually impressed with the presentation for it. Like I said, with AEW, the only thing I have a little bit of an issue was like the audio was like, a couple seconds lagging before when they were back from commercial break. So I want to ask y'all, like, what your experience with, like, the streaming, like, if you have any technical issues or takeaway from it,
Well,
reflecting.
I will say I only had two issues.
Mm-hmm.
One issue was a little bit of an audio lag, but it kind of fixed itself up after like a quick buffering, and it wasn't like that lasting buffering where you would have to watch the circle get back to 99. It was just boom, and it was fixed. I'm like, all right, cool. The second issue I had, and thankfully it was during commercial, it buffered. And it buffered for a minute. And I'm like, no, 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 no. But as soon as it loaded, it was the tail end of the commercial, and then Raw came back on. So I'm like, okay, right on time. But other than that, it was a pretty smooth stream from my end.
On your end, yeah. I noticed this, like, I think like two people that I know, they said like they were trying to watch. I think they were trying to watch AEW, and then all of a sudden it got locked. They got them kicked out because it's been
Oh
buffering
shit!
for that long too.
Oh wow.
AEW on Monday Night Raw, and so sometimes it's like when it all depends on like what Wi-Fi you're using, but also with the weather too, because the weather plays the huge factor with the Wi-Fi service as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because I
that's
got
that.
perfect Wi-Fi over here, so.
Yeah. So you watch AEW Dynamite and Collision. What are you experiencing with with all that? I know you've been watching tons of like wrestling streaming sites, like from
Oh, I
different
got
promotions,
everything.
Yeah. What are
Yeah.
you experiencing with like those streaming sites, especially like if you notice like any differences or
Yeah, because I'm subscribed to like way too many things right now. New Japan World, Wrestle Universe, Triller TV. I don't have Peacock, but I already had Max to begin with, and it was crisp. For me, it was AW was smooth as smooth as my voice, and I've had no issues, no sound, no audio issue, no buffering. It was perfect, and it included not just the first episode, but the recent episode I watched completely on my phone on the Max app because my
yes.
power was out due to all the craziness out here with the fires, and that came out like beautiful. There were so many moments where I was like going, God damn, and like how pretty it was. Like it was very definition beautiful. I have zero complaints. Granted, though, I'm kind of obsessed with AEW.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did see Netflix with Raw for like 5 seconds purely to see Hogan get booed, and that looked so crisp.
Yes.
That was some crisp booing right there.
Yes.
Golf clap.
Oh my god, that is like the most highlighted moment ever. And of course, like
Yes.
on the group chat I was a part of, they're like, Sienna, thank you, and the rest of the Californians for booing. And Hulk Hogan was like, well, here
Yes.
in California, we don't tolerate like racist white man. Yes, I have to say
White.
white. I mean, y'all know me. I'm a brown girly, of course. Proud of my Latina heritage, and we don't tolerate bigots. We don't tolerate racists. We
Mm-hmm.
don't tolerate anything as well, too. So
I'm a proud Dominican.
yes, and hearing those
Wait.
booths that is like so angelic, it was such the best moment ever. Yeah.
I was so proud to be. I'm not from LA. I've been out here for 10 years, and my heart exploded with joy. I love LA so much. Everyone that goes to these shows smell beautiful, like sweet, clean linen. God bless all of you.
And
Mm-hmm.
somewhere
Pascal,
the
you're
Iron
an
Sheik is
honorary
looking down.
Californian. I mean, you have been there for 10 years. I even told my friend who lives in SoCal for 10 years, like, still, anybody that lives in California more than 5 to 10 years are considered an honorary Californian.
Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Forget Arkansas. I'm Cali all the way. I ate a giant ass burrito before coming on here.
Oh, yeah. Everything. Yeah.
West Side.
Yeah. West Side, all that. I know, Dub, you've been to California, hella times, like SoCal, and of course I took you to North Cal.
Yes.
Yeah, especially that
I
Purple
cannot
Mountain.
wait to be a permanent resident there. I fell in love
Yeah.
with that entire state. So,
Yeah.
I like
such an
NorCal.
amazing state.
Yes. And with that
Momo's
being
Cafe in
said,
Vallejo.
oh yeah, Momo's Cafe. Yeah, which I gotta go there, like maybe next week, who knows? Because your girl is gonna be starting training in a couple days, so yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, now regarding with that, with the streaming, my question is to y'all: what can each streaming platform can improve on? Well, y'all, because like sometimes when it comes to streaming platforms, there is something they can improve a little bit. My only thing I would say is commercials. the commercial has been the one that's been kind of like iffy too. I know that I spoke with some of the people. They say that they missed the picture by picture. Like, you know,
Yeah.
when AEW have been airing like picture by picture during commercial breaks. And now like they're on Max, like they don't still air picture by picture. I don't know if people are still watching AEW Dynamite and Collision on the cable TV. I don't know if they still do this picture by
They
picture.
do.
They do still?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hella weird. You
They
know?
just don't say it. It's
So
that
they'll
Yeah,
restaurant
say,
quality picture in picture.
yeah.
mhm.
Now on Max. Like the thing is like you can hear Tony Schiavone and now we'll be back and then they pause it and they say Max.
He's like,
Yeah.
picture it. No, Max. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's around Max.
And like around that too, it's like Max and all that. Honestly, to say it's like, you know, if they wanted to continue on with the iconic picture by picture, I mean, I wouldn't mind them do like the picture by picture and then, but I know it's gonna be very difficult because like when it comes to the streaming site, they need to like find a way to like balance it. Otherwise, running into some of the technical issues that what we were all like kind of concerned about too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And it's like I
because
believe if you watch it on because on cable you could just if you're like a little behind you could fast forward, but if you're I was behind myself when I watched it the first episode on Max and like you can't zip past those commercials, you have to sit through all of them no matter what.
yeah,
But I did what I had to do for Daddy Con.
yeah. Exactly. And especially like for the replays, like the only thing you gotta sit for is like if you're watching on replay. I did test it out when I was watching AEW Collision on a Tuesday while cooking dinner for my family, you know. Yeah, because I just need a wrestling therapy in background. I have to sit there
We
and
need that
also hear
therapy.
how it is. Yeah,
Wrestling therapy is good. It's always good.
exactly. And also, like the another thing I would say, I forgot to add that. I thought the song "I'm So Excited" by the Pointer Sisters will be a permanent AEW theme song,
I,
but no,
I
because they
love
play
it.
the old theme, their regular theme song a week later. Like,
Was it? I think the week later they didn't even play a song at all. Like they went
No, they
straight to the
just went
action.
straight into
they
it.
just
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know
and
if
I
it's
was
like
so
their permanent
excited for it.
song. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be like the remainder of their permanent song moving forward. You know, especially we got an upcoming episode of AEW Dynamite. By the time we're recording the video, we're recording on a Saturday night, y'all. After Collision, and of course during New Japan's Battle in the Valley, of course. But yeah,
I would love if
anyway.
this is them trolling us.
Honestly, I like it due to the fact that when you think about it
Mhm.
on a business standpoint, it's a catchy song, it's a little zesty, and it's something for casuals to go, "What is this?"
I'm
And
staying on
that's
the I'm staying on the
and
channel.
and that's generally how you pull in new fans. So honestly, Tony Khan, I will give you props for that because I think that's a small but genius move. Something so small can be very effective.
And no more
Exactly.
Dad Rock.
Oh
No more
yeah.
Stepdad Rock. For love of God, like no
Refuse.
more Disturbed. No more new metal bands. Just give us give us 80s or whatever the hell that is. Let me drown in
Yeah.
that. I want that so
Yeah,
bad.
because the
Some
thing
culture club.
now is that like
Yes.
AEW has been playing like nostalgic music for like theme song and like for our past pay-per-views. And WWE is going more into the route of like hip hop and rap, you know, just to cater to like the demographic, which is mostly like, you know, the Gen Zers, as I call it, or like the ones with families too. Because like
Hmm.
you see like kids are into watching wrestling and all that. And that's what I
No,
wanted to add this to when we're talking about like fans. Streaming platforms brings new fans, y'all. And that's definitely going to be helping tremendously for like all wrestling companies alike too, because like, you know, Netflix is like one of the most watched like streaming platform and the OG. Max, which it was the OG also when it was like HBO before it was became HBO Max and Max. So I feel like, you know, it's definitely going to be helping a lot to bring in like more of the fans to get into wrestling too, no matter how old are they and whatnot. But then again, you do have is like the longtime wrestling fans. They're not used to what they're watching, you know, when like the
mm,
streaming platforms are like, for instance, like on Monday Night Raw, like they did shorten the matches to make it more lengthy. storyline wise, it's kind of like here and there. But I understand why, because it's like the premiere of the Netflix, WWE's debut on Netflix for Monday Night Raw. And
Yeah, we
so
want the
I feel
casuals. We want the lapsed people who are like, oh, well, because way more people got Netflix than they got cable now. So they're going to click there and be like, okay, let's give it a shot. Ooh, this is easy to
Yeah.
digest.
Mm-hmm.
And
Who's
like
this Hogan guy?
oh my god. They'll know that he's a racist POS. I mean, let's be for real.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all, it's like I feel like this is gonna be helping like ushering into a new era. And I said it in the last episode of Yapping with SD and Friends with Christy, Tina, and Axel J, is that like with those streaming platforms, it's definitely gonna be like real into like the wrestling fans, that they're gonna be known, especially for wrestling being part of the pop culture.
Yes, and that's what
For that
WWE
too.
is really leaning into, and I think it's really cool that we have an alternative because as WWE is they're looking at they're leaning into the pop culture and what's
Mm-hmm.
trendy right now, while AEW is on the path of, okay, what can we find that is trendy but it's kind of underground feeling, right? So like
Yeah.
a prime example that I can really come up with the top of my head, Swerve. How Swerve brought out underground acts like UGK, Bun B. He
Mm-hmm.
brought out Bun B. He brought out West Side Gun, but they're
Mm-hmm.
mainstream in that underground area, you know?
It's like just
So
mainstream underground enough to be in that sort of kind of like where AEW is.
Yeah.
yeah, so I really think it's a perfect balance and it's giving an identity. And that's really what I thought AEW was missing is that identity. And now that AEW finally has that identity, they're finally utilizing it with their stars, with their products. And now they're going on a side bin with using I'm so excited, which I think, again, a genius move. That's something
Be
for
Mm-hmm.
weird.
casuals to
Yeah.
just, what is this?
Be weird. Be kooky. Stand out. Be
I
different.
love it. I love it. Be as zesty as possible. I am here for it.
Love it.
Yes.
I love
I'm here for
zesty.
it.
Definitely. And it's
I'm
like the
zesty.
fact that like with wrestling it has its own identity. Especially I wanted to point out New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like they're actually bringing back to like some of the core audience, especially new fans too, because they had like Wrestle Kingdom, but also Wrestle Dynasty, which is like the show for AEW, CMLL, Ring of Honor, and Stardom, and New Japan all together at once too.
Mhm.
That actually reeled into more of like, whoa, what is excited to introduce some of the promotions too, based on like the different styles and identity. And I think that is like a really beautiful thing. And
Mhm.
since you mentioned West Side Gun, Doug, I mean, he did start a independent wrestling promotion.
What's better
Yeah,
than three ropes? Four
yeah,
ropes.
Ring Road.
Four rope wrestling. It's was an amazing debut for what I watched on YouTube. My favorite match is Kevin Blackwood versus Mike Santana. They tore that house down.
Mm.
Had that crowd on their feet, losing their minds at the end of it. Even MVP had to give them their props. Um, if you guys haven't watched it, it's on YouTube. It's free. Their YouTube channel is called Fourth Rope Wrestling, and it's the
Oh,
only video that is on their page.
Mm.
okay.
It's about 2.5 hour long event. Um, there's some people you'll know from WWE that's kind of resurfacing, and then you have a lot of kids from TNA. So if you haven't seen it, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Also, if you are a hip hop fan that loves pro wrestling, I seriously highly recommend you to watch it and stay after the actual wrestling event because they have a mini hip hop concert.
I need to watch
And
this.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
really good. So
You
if you guys
sold
have
me.
free time, watch it.
I
Yeah,
feel
But
like I need
yeah,
this in my life.
yes,
Heels
that's
Have
what we
Eyes
all
3.
really needed, y'all. Most definitely. And I know, Beska, you were trying to say something. Yeah. when it comes to like, you know,
Oh, about which one? Fourth Rope. 'Cause I want to watch Fourth Rope. I haven't seen that yet. Now, by the way, on the New Japan earlier when you brought that up, I will say I love like you mentioned earlier how you can switch the audio from like I don't have to click on a separate thing. That I thought I love that. Great thing about Wrestle Dynasty this year was that it was on at 8 p.m. Pacific time. I did not have to wake up at midnight. I was prepared to like nap and wake up and watch that like in the morning.
Me
Like,
too.
oh no, this is the same time GCW would be on at like 8 p.m. So this is beautiful. The show was beautiful. I loved the whole show. I wanted to see Brody King kick the shit out of David Finlay even more. Like that was a man. I could watch him get his ass kicked all day long.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm so proud of Brody King. I mean, he is a Santino Brothers graduate, though. I know a lot of people that I've known that goes to Santino Bros, especially my wrestling colleagues slash friends, are pretty excited to see that too. So it's like, yeah, it was pretty cool seeing, making his Tokyo Dome debut. And that was like a beautiful moment. Especially like, other wrestlers are making their Tokyo Dome debut as well for Wrestle Dynasty, and I think that was like a very beautiful thing too. But yeah, I'm really loving the time set that's been going on with New Japan, so it definitely works well with the schedule. Even though I did miss like 4 matches total because like I was at Fit Slam, and it was an amazing show by the way. So yeah, but I did watch it on the highlights, and I'm very impressed with the presentation, especially the audio. Like I said, I can finally watch it switch it to English to Japanese too. And
Great commentary.
Yes, I love it.
Even though Humbo was talking shit about AEW, but I enjoyed it.
I really don't care. It's like I thought it's part of the story, but it's like
same here. I did not think it was a big deal. I was like, oh yeah, well he's in New Japan. Yeah, just play it up, buddy. Yeah.
I thought he was doing some exceptional heel work.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
Nothing of it.
Yeah.
He's not getting paid for 2 months now.
Oh my God, he's cooking that man. Goodness.
Exactly. Yeah, speaking about cooking, I mean, like, first of all, Chris Charlton, I mean, honestly, it is what it is when it comes down to it. I mean, AEW did the same thing when it comes to, like, talking crap to other companies,
Yeah.
like, jabbing here and there. Why
TNA.
you gotta punish Chris Charlton in the first place, too? It's like,
and he was cooking so good in the very beginning of the Kenny Omega and Gabe Kidd match. He did a line where he was like, "This is wrestling. This is real. This is the king of sports." And I'm like, fucking, my nipples were exploding and shit. I was like, I want to get on my chair and be like, yes.
Yes, I know.
I want that tattooed on me.
Yeah,
This is
my lower back.
This is real.
Yeah.
This is real,
right? I got room. I got a little bit of room here.
Yeah, this is real. Yeah.
Next to Sting.
The mantra. Yes. All right, we'll see. Like talking about the Kenny Omega stuff in a bit because I think that's gonna be the last part, just for like a mood booster. Because like, I just wanted to bring up right now and something that has been going on lately too. And as I said earlier about like after my sponsorship of the video, what I'm gonna do with the rest of the sponsor money that I get from the commission too. Of course, we're gonna talk about what's been going on lately. The LA area wildfires that's been occurring. So by the time of the recording of the video, it is still going active. As of now, there's still a little bit of containment going on, but there's like a long way to go too. It happened on Tuesday night in the Pavilion fire. Forgive me if I pronounced that name wrong. And then the Eaton fire, and then the Hearst fire, then the Sunset fire, and it was very disheartening. Now, Best Scout, I know you're from East Los Angeles, and I know you're experiencing firsthand what's been going on in the LA area. Can you share, your experience with everything going on and updates and whatnot too?
Yeah, what it was like out here Tuesday night, because the wind out here was insane. Like, they told you it was like life-threatening wind, and they weren't joking. I felt my house shake. And at like 7:30 that night, my power went out. It stayed out for almost 30 hours. The smell of smoke immediately like popped up. Like, you're like thinking something was on fire here. No, it's coming from out there. It was already reaching over here. We had ash, like it was raining ash, like
Oh,
piles of ash in our front yard. It was scary. I still had to go to work. Our store was running on a giant generator that they had to rent, and we were the only store in the neighborhood. So, and it's in South Pasadena, and there was fires in Pasadena. So we had families popping up in their pajamas to use our restrooms. People were crying, and I had to down people, be a downer, but it was really sad to witness this. We still have to wear masks to make sure when we go outside to make, because we can't breathe in the ash at all.
Mhm.
It's kind of cleared up a little bit, but there's still places on fire out here. And right now, as we speak, my house does run a risk of having a rolling blackout, because just in case there are crazy winds, because these winds, they uprooted trees. Like, when we drove to my work, I saw like one palm tree broken in half, and then when we drove home, that's when I saw tree like knocked over on top of a house. Up, like, I saw at least 5 or 6 between like work and home. So they needed to have the power off so they don't hit the lines, make a spark, and like more fires. And on a side note, there are assholes out here shooting off fireworks.
Oh
Y'all
yeah.
going to hell. Y'all going to hell for that.
Yeah, these
'Cause, like, we can't
motherfuckers trying
run.
to start with the fires. It's like, are you fucking serious?
I will find you. I will do sweet chin music onto you and your moms.
well
But
deserved too.
On God, I will do that.
exactly. Exactly. It's like, you notice that there's already a natural disaster going on, but why making this stupid BS that you're doing to add more damages? There's already been enough damages as it is too, and everybody's already been suffering. I know, Pascal, you're dealing with a lot right now. You witnessed it, everything. I know it can be very exhausting and very tiresome for you and your wife and for everyone in the household too.
Yeah, because you're freaking out. You're thinking like, is this going to happen here? Because it's happening close, but it could potentially. I live in an urban area, but like there was a couple of spots, like West Hills, where there was fires. Turned out it was people setting them off, and like I don't. Yeah, there are
Wow.
people out there who are like, I don't know if they're pyromaniacs or they're just assholes. They're like, they found a guy with a blowtorch in one place, a guy with gasoline in the other. Oh yeah, people are crazy.
Very.
I don't know,
They're
like
so.
no, it's
Yeah,
like
and plus, like,
pyromaniacs. They saw that.
yeah, and plus you have like people are starting to loot those homes that's already been evacuated or already damaged from the fire too. It's like this is like a very disheartening, situation that's been going through, and it's like starting not to get so well. I mean, the whole
Mm-hmm.
like area in Posinian is already been burned to the ground, and this is really damaging. Altea
Altadena,
Altadena.
that got destroyed.
Altadena, it's already been burned to the ground. Parts of Pasadena. This is like such a very devastating, and it's been reported. It's like this is the worst wildfire in the history, and how this is not like summertime where it's like this is like engulf of fire. We're in
It's
the
winter.
freaking beginning of
Winter.
2025. Like what
We're in
the
the dead of winter.
We're literally getting tore
yeah.
up by a snowstorm as we speak. Like,
I know. I'm flipping through TikTok. I'm seeing fire and I'm seeing snow. Like one or the
And
other.
TikTok
We would
man
kill
too.
for some snow.
Yeah, and it's really disheartening too. And especially like, I've been telling my friends, like, keep us posted. How's everything, and all that to make sure everyone is okay and whatnot. Even though one of my friend actually had to be evacuated from his job, where his job is located in Santa Monica, which is like closer to like where the fire is at. But thank goodness he made it home safely and sound and all that too, though. And his job did not burn down too, thank goodness. But
Yeah,
there's
I got
like,
friends.
yeah.
Sorry. I got friends there. They could see, and they showed pictures. They could see the fire from their front yard,
Oh my god.
and they work from their house. They make T-shirts for a living,
Oh my
and
god.
we're like, please don't take their house because they are
No.
that. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I have like, a couple of my friends I saw on the story, like they see fire from their job to even at the gym when they were working out to like on their way home or whichever. And like the fire is like closer to it. And also like I follow some of the indie wrestlers that they're my mutuals with, like they were up on the air and you can see the aerial view of the fire that happened. That is like very beyond devastating, and I know what it's like firsthand with a wildfire because almost 5 years ago there was a big wildfire that happened like 15 to 20 minutes away from where I'm at. I remember waking up scared shitless 2 in the morning with my phone going off with the emergency alert on my phone, and I look, it said there's a wildfire, and I was like, what the heck? And I remember calling my parents, let them know, hey, go home ASAP. There's a wildfire going on. And so we got a notice like, make sure to pack just in case we have to end up going evacuate. And,
We,
it was a very stressful time. My sister had to be evacuated from her job because the fire was about to hit, parts of the town where she works at, and thank goodness she made it home safe and sound too. But I've remember, rainy ashes, the
Giving you
smoke.
flashbacks.
It was getting really flashback. Like I remember how much like my family and I tell us we had to start packing just in case we had to be evacuated from our home. Sleepless nights for me. Like I could not sleep for a couple days because of, worry that it was gonna hit our town next too. But luckily it did not hit the rest of, the neighboring city where I'm at, nor the city that my sister used to work slash where I'm currently working to where I'm at as well, because like it's kind of like, an awareness to know what to expect. And then now
Mm,
what's been going on in LA, like I definitely understand where they're coming from. It definitely hit close at home. That's why I've been more advocate and more vocal when it comes to certain wildfires. Like, I've been sharing stories, reposting resources,
mm,
charities, everything. And I even made a video because I think hella people with the Discord saying, oh, why? I was like, oh, why do we need to pray for LA? Though they can rebuild. Oh, it's just rich. They deserve this. Like, shut
fuck
the
off.
fuck
They're
up. Like, seriously,
humans.
these
Yeah.
are human beings that
Mm-hmm.
lost everything. And the ones who gets a fuck if they're rich, poor, middle class, lower class, high. I don't care anymore. These are the ones that actually have their stuff through years, homes that they live for over
Mm-hmm.
decades and decades, and now everything is gone, especially neighborhoods, especially with schools,
Yeah.
stores, memories, like whether they were born, raised, or whichever the case would
Mm-hmm.
be. These are decent tragedy that they're not gonna able to get replaceable too. And another thing, California is freaking expensive as hell,
Yeah.
y'all.
All our
Like,
money's going to rent. All our
mm-hmm.
money's going into food. My
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
money's going to child support too.
yeah.
Like it amazes me when people go like, "Oh yeah, it's a Hollywood elite. It's the rich folk." Like it's not just rich people out here. It's normal common folk. I would say poor, middle class. Like middle class people, we got people. My neighborhood's all working class people who work 9 to 5 jobs.
Yeah.
Like they're affected too. The same people that go to the wrestling shows, like they're regular
Mm-hmm.
people. Not all of us are rich
Exactly.
out here. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
it's hard. It's disheartening because when something tragic happens, even in a red state, like my heart shatters to a million pieces, and it's very
Mm-hmm.
disheartening that I'm not getting that back over here because we're
Yeah.
liberal California.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like witnessing from like other people, like they don't see simply that. And another thing too is like people are asking other people, "Oh, where were you when this wildfire happened?" Or the hurricane happened, all that. Doug, I know you experiencing natural disaster like a couple months ago with Hurricane Helene. You know,
Oh, fuck
his
Helene. First
experience,
off,
especially like how does
Fuck
it really
Helene.
resonate here and what you're seeing, what other people saying, with the negative discourse about it and what.
so really, it was a comparison, right? So Florida, Georgia, parts of South Carolina, and North Carolina, all were affected. So the entire time they're trying to get their stuff rebuilt and get the power back up. Well, they don't care about us because this is done. Well, they don't care about us because there's still people buried under. It's like, dude, there's multiple states where we all got floored. To this day, my city is still recovering from Hurricane Helene. There's still down trees. There's still houses covered in trees. Like, my city is fucked. Excuse my language, but my city
All
is
good. We
fucked.
cuss here in my show.
Fucked.
When I say
Fucked.
fucked, I mean when I woke up that morning, there are trees that surround my entire house. Every last one but one was down. Down the street, and you can literally see it. An oak tree literally just flatted a whole house. You couldn't even leave my neighborhood for the first 5 days because there was trees blocking every exit. When I finally was able to get out and look around the city, it was like I stepped out of a natural disaster movie like 2012. Like, I'm literally watching, those big signs you would see when you're driving on highways? I've
Mm-hmm.
literally seen those signs fall down flat in 4 or 5 buildings.
Mm.
Yeah.
Power lines down with some parts of electricity still going through them, so whole streets were blocked off. And then when you tried to take another way, you can't go through that way because there's more down trees. Like, it was horrible. I have like dozens and dozens and dozens upon videos of just how much chaos. And we're starting to feel like we're getting to some form of normalcy now, but the infrastructure of the city's never going to be the same again,
Mm-hmm.
ever. We are
No.
known as the Garden City because we are covered in flowers, we are covered in trees. We lost 75% of our trees.
Mm.
So,
Fucked.
summer? Yeah.
You're very fucked.
Very fucked.
Yeah. Fucked. So,
Mm-hmm.
summer is going to be hot. It's going to be a hot that we will not experience before because we no longer
Yeah.
have that protection from the trees.
Oh
And
shit.
that's gonna Yeah, and that's gonna be really sad too. And my main concern about it is gonna be the mudslide from some of the hill area
Mhm.
that is affected from the wildfire as well, especially like who knows if we're gonna be getting a lot of downpour of rain too.
Oh
Oh
damn, I didn't
boy.
think about that. Oh, we're
I didn't
really
think about
Yeah.
fucked.
that either. Oh shit.
Yeah, just come to think of it too, because like no matter which natural disaster is gonna happen, there is gonna be the after effect of it, and it is gonna be
Mm.
worse too for that to the degree too. And like the thing of it is like, I'm glad you did share your experiencing about what's been going on and providing the update, like ever since the aftermath of Hurricane Helene too. Because like, it's gonna be taking a very long time to get everything recovered. And it's not no easy stepping stone for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether you're trying to like rebuild it, like in any natural disaster of it. And this has come to show is like there is a very long way to go till everything will be back to where it was, but it will never gonna be the same again.
Mm-hmm.
And
It sucks.
it is, and it's a very damn shame too, especially like how everything folded for that. So y'all, just want to say for anyone is affected by those natural disaster, which is like from Hurricane Helene to the recent LA wildfire, my heart goes out to each and every one of y'all during this difficult time. I know it's not easy trying to get everything restored and all that while dealing with natural disaster as well too. And I'm glad that both of you, Best Scout and Doug, sharing y'all's experience too. Like, Doug, with your perspective of everything going on, especially with the aftermath. Best Scout, the ongoing with the LA fire and all that
Ongoing.
too.
Still burning, and
And
there's still chances of more wins in the next day or two. So
yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
just
Yeah.
just keep us posted and all that. And so is everyone that's watching too. Keep us posted. Again, my heart goes out to each and every one of y'all. Again, if y'all wanted to donate to the Wildfire and Disaster Relief Fund, again, link will be in description down below, even though it'll say link in the bio somewhere, but it will be description in the caption, of course. But anyway, let's just shift it
Please.
to something lighthearted, because I know we went from like we're excited and then natural disaster, and then we're going higher up, and it's from earlier as well. And this is something all of us are really excited to see most of all. Kenny Omega's return to New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW. So y'all know at the end of AEW's World End, Kenny Omega made his return to AEW, and he did have a face-to-face with Okada. However, he has some business to take care of first. His first return match that happened at Wrestle Dynasty against Gabe Kidd. Holy shit, y'all. That was a very amazing match to watch, especially props to Kenny Omega. Even though like he had like a little bit of a ring rust and trying to hold on with everything, he still got it, y'all.
Let's say
He is
ring rust
the best
where?
spout machine that he ever. Yeah, you're the best scout. Yeah.
I okay, my opinion. Okay, like with the ring rust, because like it felt like the first half the match, it felt like okay, it doesn't totally 100% feel like Kenny Omega. Like when they went from in the ring to the outside, a little bit didn't quite feel like it. They were brawling. It wasn't until like they got back into the ring. It wasn't until that I loved how like they went that far into the match before he did his first V trigger. He did that first V trigger. Oh, besides that, the jump off the flip off the top rope to the outside over the guardrail.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, and like that was a hint. That was a hint. But when after he did that first V trigger, I'm like, oh, he was toying with us. He was toying with our emotions. This is still the Kenny Omega we love, and he gave us full 100% Kenny Omega. The best bout. That was the best bout machine, and they both had him and Gabe Kidd became a star that night.
Yeah,
They had. Go for it,
I definitely agree. Like something about Gabe Kidd, he's already been more over. I mean, like he's been more over in Japan and here too. Like when I went to the Long Beach show last December, like everybody was booing the crap out of him and all that, but that shows that he is more over. But then the fan interaction with Gabe Kidd and all that, it was amazing. Even though like there's people like chanting obsidian stuff and all that. And then after the match is over, where of course he defeated Owea to retain the strong open weight champion. And by the time of the recording of the match, we're not sure if he's going to retain the title or not. Since he's having a match against Tomohiro Ishii at Battle in the Valley. So just letting y'all know.
Good night.
Yes. But anyway, yeah, after the match has ended, he did cut a promo. He did say, first off, if you boo at me, fuck you. Second of all, then he turns to the fans that were like chanting like all this obscenity, and they were right close to me. He was like, fuck you and your mom. Your mom is a hoe, and something like that.
I love him. That he needs to be a star.
He's already been a star as it is.
Have you seen him talking to like media and like news shows? The
Yep.
confidence, the cockiness is just
Mhm.
like top tier. Like I feel like should in another world he should have had a rap career.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh,
level
definitely.
of confidence that
He's
man
got
He's
he's
got
has.
a
that
banger
aura.
too.
He has that aura.
Yes.
He has that big D energy,
And it's just lingers like that.
Yeah.
right? Yes, Gabe
Exactly.
Kid appreciation. Let not
Yes.
just be about Kenny Omega. It has. We got to talk about Gabe Kid.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, like I'm very impressed with Gabe Kid, like how far he came. Like he started with the LA Dojo, and then when the pandemic hit, he was overseas in Japan, and he stayed with the New Japan Dojo too. Which I did watch all of the pandemic show of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he did stood out the most too. Being the young lion. I know he's been going through a lot, like with his mental health for that, but then he came back stronger than ever. I think it's like, ever since he joined the Bullet Club War Dogs, he got this huge confidence now that we have not seen from him. And from there on, he's actually embracing his heel persona. And it found like his true identity too. For the performance that he gave out against Kenny Omega, you could tell that he is already now the top star of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And from what I have a feeling, because like as y'all know, David Finley's contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling is about to be end. I feel that Gay Kid is going to be the next leader of Bullet Club.
He is.
Yeah.
There's no other person that would
Shoe
be
in.
better for that spot.
Finley does have a
Mhm.
brother, right? Okay.
And like for the fact that Gabe Kidd is part of the big four of the LA Dojo alongside Clark Connors, and well, it's just him and Clark Connors because as you all know, as Clark is retired,
Yeah.
and Carl Frederick is in NXT as Eddie Thorpe, of course.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
heartbreaking for with Alex Coughlin. That was heartbreaking. God bless
I
him.
know. I hope he's still
Hmm.
doing okay. I hope he's coaching. That's all I'm coaching at the LA Dojo, maybe at the New Japan Academy, of course. But who
I hope he
knows?
still has a mustache.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all, like, Gay Kid definitely deserved his flowers for the amazing performance he put out against Kenny, though. Even though he lost, but that shows the proof that, like, he is already on top. And I just wanted to give props to Kenny Omega. Like, he did make Gabe Kid the star, too, despite beating
Mm-hmm.
him, though, but still. It was
Made him look like
definitely
$1 million.
a worth very.
Yeah,
It
like
was like
Gabe Kid gave Katie a Gonzo bomb,
mm-hmm.
like a legit all Japan Gonzo bomb, neck
Yup.
threatening. Like
Oh
it was
yeah.
so fast. It was like they just went to like another thing. Like it wasn't like no thought into it put into it. Like it just went to like the transition to another thing. But like it was so lightning quick. I'm like, fuck! You just gave him one of the most dangerous moves in the world.
Mm-hmm. It was so brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I know you were trying to say something about it, Doug,
Huh?
about that matchup, Kenny.
Oh, so that match being the first entry of match of the year. Um
Mm-hmm.
that match honestly was one of my favorite storytelling matches because as what Best Scout Machine was saying, you really didn't know if that was Kenny Omega. But over time,
Mm-hmm.
and as those times elapse, you would see more and more and more. And I feel like that last 15 minutes was just all right, full blown Super Saiyan Kenny Omega. Let's let her rip with a V trigger. And I'm like, there he goes.
Mm-hmm.
There he goes. Um, honestly, my concern with that match because he just returned back from his diverticulitis, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that was pretty brutal. Just take it easy,
Yep.
Kenny. Okay. Uh, this isn't an intestinal disease. I wouldn't say necessarily disease, but like he literally got 2 feet of intestines taken out of his stomach.
Yeah.
So like you gotta be
He
careful
lost a
with all the
couple of
ribs.
pounds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But some of those bumps, they kind of make me wonder, like, how is he feeling?
Yeah.
How's he feeling after that? Like,
Like eating a little too much Taco Bell on the beach.
You can never eat too much Taco Bell on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm biting my lip.
Yeah. I mean, with regardings of like how he went post, like, post medical condition he has, like, I mean, he still carried it through the match, whether he was in pain or not, too. And that shows like he can do anything too. Especially with the promo that he did cut on the last episode of AEW Dynamite too. And
He
he was like
immediately went after
wondering when
Don
he's gonna be
Callis.
getting back in the ring too, because like if he didn't even taking care of his health, he would have been a goner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's going to be safe. He's going to be okay. I think, because, like, who's he going to wrestle next? Brian Cage. He's totally safe.
Exactly. And that's what bring up to what Kenny Omega is going to be doing in AEW with the Don Callis family.
Woo!
Impossible Will Ospreay.
Yup.
Oh,
yeah.
Give it to me.
Lost,
Give it
but
to
he got
me.
to do the,
drown me and
Don
all
Callis
over my
family
face.
first. Now, yeah, so it looks like he's having a match against Brian Cage on the upcoming episode of AEW Dynamite, of course, and it looks like he's probably going to have a match against Lance Archer. There's a chance that we're probably going to be seeing, Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita. I have a feeling that match is probably going to happen at AEW Revolution, and it's going to be for the title. Takeshita is the AEW International Champion, and he just won the Never Openweight Champion against Shingo Takagi at Wrestle Kingdom 19, and he retained the title against Ishii at Wrestle Dynasty.
And what was going to be match of the night until...
Oh, yeah. Like, Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher are the two heavy hitters of the Don Callis family with bangers and bangers of matches, too. That's going to be the match that we're all going to be seeing for that, too. And now Kenny has the alliance with not Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay, excuse my botchness. With Will Ospreay, they're going to be teaming up a bit, they have an alliance, but down the line, they're probably going to be going against each other. Possibly at Wembley, who knows? For Forbidden Door, since AEW All In is going to be in Texas, and that's where I'm going for my birthday weekend.
Hey.
Yeah. The bright side, of course, and I'm going to GCW the day before, so.
Hey.
But anyway.
Yeah, girl.
Yes, but anyway, it seems that how they're going to continue on with Kenny Omega's storyline is just to go with the Don Callis family first, and then Ospreay, and then we'll get piggyback to Okada, though. Something for Kenny to do while he's still being the only EVP in AEW.
Yeah, I really hope to see Kenny Omega this March during Revolution, because they're going to be in LA and just a couple of miles from where I live.
And I'm going.
Oh my God!
I'm going, and I'm also going to Rival Pro, by the way, the day before.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. I'm still holding off because I know whenever I'm waiting to see if a big GCW is going to appear the week before, but I'm waiting to see is anyone going to pop? Any companies going to pop up? Have their show kind of like Wrestling Revolver was here for Full Gear, so I'm gonna waiting to see who's gonna be. I know I'm gonna go to more than one show that week.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah.
Whether Full Gear, I went to 3 shows that week. WrestleMania weekend, I was at 8.
Yeah.
I run the gauntlet.
Hop.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go to 2 shows for SummerSlam weekend in Jersey, because I know GCW is probably gonna be going to is going to be having a show at the Showboat. It's in Jersey.
Yeah.
And
Jersey.
I've never been to the Showboat before, so it's like, hey, bucket list.
Hey.
Yeah.
I never been to Jersey.
GYZ.
Jersey.
But yeah, from the looks of it with Kenny Omega, that is how it's going to go from there in AEW. Right, Doug?
I think so. Right now, I'm hoping this will happen. If Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega can just feud with the Don Callis family up until Revolution,
Yeah.
somehow, again, this is just me hoping, we can get the Elite back together.
Not. I'm not sure because I know the Young
And I know there's
Bucks are the
beef.
new
Yeah.
IWGP Tag Team Champion.
Mm-hmm. So, and I
Yeah.
know there's beef still with Kenny Omega, and I know there's still a rift with Hangman Page and the Bucks, and so on and so forth. Can
Jack
we
Perry
just
walked away from it because at the Long Beach show, when the Young Bucks made the surprise appearance and all that, Jack walked away from them.
Oh, I didn't even remember that.
It's in my Instagram
Mhm.
video.
Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of just left him high and dry after shredding all of their documents and working from home.
Yep, because of the Death Riders.
It's too dangerous in AEW.
Exactly.
You might get
we got
plastic
the
bagged.
Best Bout Machine back. He has a lot of shoe to fill.
You
And
might get
now it looks
a.
like Christopher Daniels is going to be going to a feud with the Patriarch. Possibly.
Listen,
But who knows?
Christian, I love you. But at some point in time, you're going to have to cash that guy in.
Exactly.
I think they'll give it a full year.
Like,
And plus,
cash
Kip
it
Sabian
in.
just got settled into the Patriarch. What
I
time you
think
need
he's
to
going
know
to.
before to be Shayna's guard?
See, I think he's pulling this Randy Orton right now. If you can't beat him, join him. And when you settle in with
Yep.
them, screw him.
Yeah. Along the line. Yeah.
I think Kip
Yeah.
is just that placeholder, just biding my time. Biding my time. You were talking mess about my dad. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so many interesting time for it. And I'm excited how everything will be folded, especially for Kenny Omega. I know he's gonna do well. I know people are being like, hopefully they'll book him properly because they book him here and there. I was like, no, it's because like of his medical condition. He was hurt, trying to make sure he's okay. Now he's back. Hopefully Kenny can able to still go, but be careful at the same time.
Throw him into a barbed wire
Yes.
death match with Lance Archer immediately.
No,
Oh
no.
my God, yes.
We
Oh
need
my
Kenny for
God,
10 more years.
yeah.
For 10 more years.
10
10 more years. All
You know what?
right.
Let's bring back scaffold matches.
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
The ghost of New Jack is smiling.
Oh yeah. Not the demon, y'all. Blood and guts.
Oh.
Who would? Will it be the Death Riders?
Death Riders and parts of the Don Callis family, maybe, versus Kenny.
That's when
Ospreay.
you get the Elite back together.
Around that.
Dear God, they can only do because like what they need to do is get the Elite back together, like like Young Bucks, Hangman, all them, and then like get Hangman on the mic and be like, "We are the Elite," and have someone pop up, be like, "You've already done this."
Yes. I know, right? That'll be
Have
funny.
Okada say that.
We are the
Oh my God.
healed Elite.
Ending with him saying bitch.
Bitch. And don't have Okada in Blood and Guts again, because it's just weird not having one person not bleeding.
Yes. Definitely. I mean, Okada's the GOAT. He never bleeds.
He doesn't bleed. What was it? A year before you had Kota Ibushi. He didn't bleed. Can we get at least one Asian guy that's willing to blade?
You don't.
Yep.
Okada doesn't bleed. Bleed Okadas.
Yes.
I bleed
Definitely.
Okada.
Yeah. All
Bitch,
right.
bitch, 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 bitch.
Yeah. Oh my god. With that being said, closing, yeah. So this has been an emotional roller coaster episode. Of course, we've been covering a lot about what's been going on within the first week of 2025. It's like everything's gonna be fine,
It's
but
only first week.
shit
It's the
hit the
longest 6
fan.
years in a month.
Yeah, forever
Protect me,
though.
Jack Cartwheel.
Yes, protect Jack Hartwell Summit. I have a T-shirt of him, by the way, because he was at Hood Slam surprise appearance.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
does he even look like him?
Yes. But he needs a fur coat, like a big white fur coat.
Right.
Yes. Yup.
Look at that butt.
But yeah. Cartwheel. But yeah. So yeah, like besides like what's been going on in the Los Angeles area with like, the wildfire going on, we did cover a lot of good stuff. It's been going on with wrestling, and the main thing about it is that it's definitely going to be catering with like the new fans too. Now that the streaming site is now in full fruition already with Netflix and Max and other streaming platforms, and there's always going to be more options, especially now that storyline has been concluded. I mean, WWE is already having new champions left and right from 3 brands to like debuts and returns from like AEW. It is gonna be like something that it's gonna bring more joy, in wrestling
It's
too.
needed.
Very needed. Especially through the darkest time that's already been happening. Wrestling will always gonna be there to be an escape in reality. Yeah. Y'all got
COVID.
anything else to say for the closing yaps?
Pro wrestling is like when you order a 15-piece McNugget and you end up getting 20 by accident. Um, that's
Mm,
really the best way I can describe pro wrestling. It's just that
yeah.
good. Um, Another thing in closing yaps. I know it's a long 6 years in a month, but let's be nice to each other. Let's be kinder to each other. It's
Yeah.
rough. It's rough out here. It's really rough out here. And no one knows what anybody else is going through right now. So take it a step at a time, be patient with each other, and also um be kind to each other. I'll kick you in the dick. Okay. So I'm a fan of kicking people in the dick, so be nice. You hear? You hear?
In
You
the
hear?
dick.
Help those in need, or you'll get hit with these knees in need.
Mhm. Yes.
All right,
Mm.
that's all I
Yes.
got.
Let's see. Now, when I'm not closing yap. I gotta close this yap. All
Mhm.
right. Be nice to each other, like he said and she
Mhm.
said. Don't be a dick. You know, some people like certain things. Some people like one wrestling company. You might like another thing. We're all individuals. We're all our own human being. We have our own
Mhm.
thoughts and opinions and desires. And we want to see certain things, and the other people want to see other things. We are our own human beings. None of us needs to like the same thing. Other things in this
Mhm.
world can coexist at the same
Talk
Mhm.
to
time
him.
without you wanting it to end. Just don't watch it if you
Mhm.
don't like it.
Talk to
Yep.
him.
I'm talking about porn.
Exactly. At the end At the end of the day, y'all, there's so many options. You don't need to freaking hate watch. Leave that stuff behind 2024. We're in a new era right now. We need to try to make this because January it's a free trial. Okay, February it's the start still of 2025
Yeah, February.
Yes.
from the memes on social media. With that being said, y'all, I just want to say is thank you so much, Best Scout and Doug, for being my guests for the second episode of Yapping with SC and Friends. I know everyone y'all enjoyed. I know this time we went into like a good, over an hour, which is perfect versus like the one for the last episode. It was the first episode ever, y'all, and we
Woo.
got a lot to cover and all that. But this is like a perfect fit to and all
Mm.
that. I want to ask y'all, comment down below, what do you think of this whole new streaming era of wrestling? Did you enjoy each show and whatnot? favorite Kenny Omega moment and all that. Again, y'all, if you're affected by the LA wildfire again, please be careful, take it easy. Wear a mask if you have any health issues going on, because I know the smoke is like no bueno and everything like that. And again, to
Mm-hmm.
everyone, if you need to donate, again, the donation to the wildfire and disaster relief will be in the caption bar below. And also for those that are listening, whatever, it's going to be in my link tree in the bio as well too. Again, and before I closed off, one of y'all start plugging your social medias.
I am JustDougBrand. You can find me on Instagram at JustDougBrand, YouTube at JustDougBrand, Threads at JustDougBrand. You see the theme there? So you can find me everywhere at JustDougBrand. I try to keep everything simple, so I'm not hard to find.
Oh my god. All right. And you can find Best Scout Machine on everything. I just signed up for Snapchat and Lemonade today because TikTok's going away, and I was the ace of Wrestle Talk. And that's going away, but I'm on Instagram, I'm on X, I'm on Bluesky, I'm on Threads, I'm on Feet Finders, baby. You can find me anywhere. Search me. I got a smooth set of tootsies.
All right. And again, I'll have their social media in the caption bar below. And y'all know me. You can find me on Instagram at Sienna_Chanel_, Bluesky at Sienna Chanel, Bluesky, Threads at Sienna_Chanel. Follow me on Twitch at Sienna_Chanel without the underscore on the end. Make sure to like this video, share, hit the bell icon for notification when I'll be dropping new videos in a long form like this or short, YouTube shorts. And make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, because y'all do appreciate it a lot. I do appreciate each and every one of y'all's love and support too. Again, thank you so much, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this video. Again, all of the commission that I'm earning from my sponsored video will be going directly towards the wildfire and disaster relief during the difficult time. Again, to everyone in the LA area and anybody that's affected by it, my heart goes out to y'all. Sending you so much love and all that. Best Scout, thank you so much for sharing your stories of, your experience. And again, sending you and your family much love. Please be careful out there. Doug, thank you so much for sharing your experience with, during and after the situation with Hurricane Helene. Again, please be careful and all that too. With that being said, everyone, thank you so much for watching episode dose of Yapping with SD and Friends. I'm your host, Sienna SC Chanel. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day, night, whichever you're at. Please be kind of one another. We're all in this together, all right? Till then, take care and etc., y'all.